Hey, hello, Luce. Hold on. I'm gonna go and make some drink first before I start. I've not prepared. Oh well. Be right back. 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Oh,
Save us. Might be hard now there's only one.
Then we're all doomed.
we're all doomed. Doom, I say. That's a great way to start. Thank you. Ah, 2 nights of resting from the game. Hey, Joshua is here.
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
With caution, we must proceed.
Canva's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long. We can only hope they hold it for long enough.
Yes. All the green icons. Oh, look at that, man. So, which one do we start first? Oh well. I guess we go from the lower deck. The lower screen, I mean. Here. Balance. Outdone. And eye for an eye. Alright. Oh, this is so gonna be very fun.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
It's a storm.
Thunder.
There'll be thunder.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Chalet?
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Allow me to help.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly.
Thank
They
them.
were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Okay.
My biggest worry is that the children have somehow damaged the scales, but are wary of asking for help because they think they'll be punished. And if I find out that's the case, I swear I'll take the switch to every last one of them.
Oof. So, where are the children? All the way here. Okay, fine. Of course they're not gonna put them somewhere nearby, right? They have to
Seems
make
that
us
way the
travel
oasis.
all the way to the other end of the map. It only makes sense.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
Let's die!
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Yes, makes sense. What? What are... It's... The scale? They are scared of the teacher.
Sid! Part of
Jocelyn.
your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
What do you
No.
think it is?
Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
I mean...
Just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Middledore said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Oh,
Well, then your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
alright.
Must have been magic keeping those scales together. It's the only explanation.
Flawless logic.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Middledor's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
DPS. The healer. Which part will you inspect? The arm, the pants, the gear. Let us take a look at the gear.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledore's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round. and
Light party
round
indeed.
and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Somebody.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult.
Okay, next we will take a look at the pants.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
Pancake.
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
Yeah, idiot.
What if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
No, he won't, you idiot.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
And that something is the arm.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
What's
So,
next?
now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
All finished.
Yes! We did it!
We did it.
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
Oh my god.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs.
Hairs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It
Look,
won't be long.
look at these
Until
three
then, though,
kids. Such a diverse
Do try to
cast.
be honest with Miss Shirley.
You have the white kid, the Asian girl, and the black.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Those faces. What about the cogwheels? Come on. Where do that fit in? Hello?
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Oh, such a mocking tone.
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid? 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 Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Oh. Let's go find the lovely teacher.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
Oh my god, she's such a hopeless girl. Is she crushing on this guy? Morkant?
I'm getting too old for this. I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest.
Or Hervey?
I'll stay here with you. If you'd like, that is.
Eh. Yeah.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye?
The Dalmatian, there's one more in Dalmatia. Ah, wow, wow, wow.
Seen enough?
3 here, 1 in Dalmatia.
Did you see that?
Well, let's just be glad it's only 4 and not 12.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
I sure did.
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Oh,
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful. If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them myself.
yeah. Huh. It's actually not the quantity that's my main gripe about the side quests. It's the quality. They always do this thing, right? When you finish the side quest and then they will explain like the backstory of the characters. And all you're doing is sitting here listening to them talk about how sad their past were. But the characters themselves are not here, and you don't even see what's going on. You just read the dialogues.
It seems the
They just tell you, they don't show you.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword.
My sword?
You remember Ivan's stew, right?
Oh,
well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
Wow.
So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
It's the continuation.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Fine.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
And perhaps a finger or
A
two.
fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Yes, the errand boy. Is this gonna be a kill quest?
I thought I had it all worked out, but I'm buggered if I know where to find skyworm livers and drake's mint. Best hope everyone's favourite know-it-all can help us, eh?
This feels like it's gonna be a kill quest. Hey, old man.
Norseman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One
That's
of my
a classic.
favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels
Careful
in due
ingredients,
course.
yeah, I guess.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sanbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The
Delightful.
descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. Their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sanbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not.
Apparently
I believe
not.
The specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Just one bite, okay?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. One can only speculate as to why fried mortress of skyworm might have fallen out of favor. Perhaps the rampant popularity of the dish led to a decline in the blueback wyvern population. Or perhaps fashion is to blame.
Definitely
a sprig
fashion.
of cheerful yellow drake's mint pinned to the lapel was once quite the statement among Sanbreque's fashion-conscious nobility. Regardless, the only place you'll now find both herb and dragon is on the coast near Northreach.
Alright. Let's
Go
go.
safely.
Northreach. Northreach. Oh. Where is it? Okay. Okay. That's a very large circle.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago, and now you'd have us believe they're just gone.
I would. And I'd thank you to trust us. Unless you fancy picking up a sword yourself.
Oh, the dialogue change. So the NPC is different now. Like from before and after Joshua joined us proper.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows of those ghosts.
Oh, come now. She surely cannot count a dominant amongst her clients. Can she?
That's us, baby.
I heard it was the Dreadworm himself that brought the fire down on the Dominion.
Then the rumors are true. Prince Dion's usurped the Holy Throne.
Oh no. That's not true. Wait, what happened to the noble and the chocobo guy? I wanted to see how the argument ended up.
They'd have us believe these ghosts have been exorcised.
What is this ghost?
Soldiers too craven to fight. Ha, stark naught, the lot of them. Weren't till a woman dealt them a swift knee to the stones that they came to their senses.
Like, I need to know why the nobleman at the time was so desperately want to ride on the chocobo.
The dame certainly has a way with the men of the garrison.
The chocobo cart, I mean.
If only all our problems could be solved so easily.
We need to know, it's important to the lore.
Stop Welcome.
Welcome. Ayo.
You've a keen eye.
It's probably the same one.
My apologies for the lack of stock. The Vale purchased most of it earlier to brew tonics for the injured they'd taken in.
I see. Right, let's go inside.
Nothing like a little unrest to fill the coffers, eh?
Let the dame hear you say that.
The dame.
I got peppers to numb your tongue and put fire in your belly. Would you, care for a taste? Hey?
Hey. It's all updated dialogues. Or what about the gay guy?
Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
Uh-huh.
You didn't mean them. I know. That's not the man you are.
Uh-huh.
The man I love.
Uh-huh.
So many were injured. Only by the grace of the goddess did so few succumb to their wounds.
I'd say it was more the grace of the dame. But help's help, eh?
Is there a side quest with her? With how they're all talking about her?
I always have time for you, Clive.
Oh, really? Philip's timely promotion has done wonders for the garrison's morale.
A welcome turn of events.
As a happy soldier is a generous one.
But
even as our boys flourish under new leadership, others flounder for the lack of it. The Floods have finally claimed the old capital, along with the generals who maintain command over the northern region.
And while Philippe is a good man,
he is no career officer, for better or for worse. It is all he can do to marshal the garrison and try to steer their thoughts away from the chaos unfolding beyond the gates.
there are so many questions.
And I do not pretend to have the answers. I do, however, have the means to provide the poor boys a pleasant distraction, and for now that will have to suffice. Oh, okay. Though there were rumors of a flood forming in the capital even before the fall of Drake's Head, the loss of Oriflamme and more to the Eater still came as a shock.
Thousands remained in the capital.
Unwilling to forsake their homes, and now we've taken in as many of the displaced as we can, reclaiming abandoned houses and workshops to give them a place to stay. Yet for every dozen we take in, countless more have no choice but to seek a new life further afield.
We will not be discouraged, though.
So, whatever hardships we face, our home is still above the Eater.
May the goddess grant you her grace.
So there's no hidden side quest involving her. I mean, normally with how this atmosphere like is presenting itself, or like with everybody is talking about her, I would assume there's a side quest involving the damned. But I suppose not. It's not on the list.
We're still alive, aren't we?
Yeah, but only because of the dame. Will that be enough next time?
It will, it will. Don't worry. So the lands are lost, is it? The Oriflamme capital lost to the Blight?
It's heartening to see that the Guard have rediscovered their purpose. I just hope they don't do anything stupid. We've lost enough people to those things.
Those things. You have a new song, Bart?
Both heads and swords hung low. But at her touch they did rise up to meet their blue-eyed foe.
Did Soken compose this as well? I can't believe I've been missing on this. treasure chest for a very long time. Yeah, they're a good singer. Oh, look.
To the meadows, then.
That's what the captain said.
That's all. Wow.
Captain said it was you who slew the, whatever they were. And for that, you have our thanks. Now that we know how to fight them, I hazard we'll fare a little better the next time they attack.
Oh, this is the same dialogue as last time.
You heard the Herald. The Emperor's dead and the Empire along with him. If we're going to survive, we'll have to do it on our own.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to your needs.
Thank Grieger.
These are all same.
I left everything in the capital. What am I to do? Where am
Okay, let's go find those things. Come on, come on. Come on, come on.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby.
Here.
Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
Light blue
Should be easy enough to
dragons.
spot.
That the one that looks like a blue dragon, blueback worm, wyvern.
This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with.
Kamehameha! What the heck? Look at Torgal like slowly walking away from it. Oh, that dodge. Oh shit! I was playing around with the dodging. I can level 3, level 4. Is that the maximum? Pew, 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 pew. I thought I could only do level 2. Wow, the meteor is still going on. Wait, it reset? What the fuck did reset? Good job. LOL. Annoying. I can't believe this just happened. What the heck, man? A bit dumb. In the middle of the fight some more, what the heck? And then we can't even see the boundary since the minimap is not on screen right now. What the heck? I have to refight the whole thing again. Lol. Ouch. Just in time. Raptor liver.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Wyvern liver? Where is it? Is it the one? Is this the one? Saint's Bonnet.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Let us head back. Mole, 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 mole.
Will we ever see the sun again? It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Can you blame them? With the skies as they are? So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
Mm-hmm.
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do.
Okay.
Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
It's gonna look disgusting, isn't it? Oh, okay. I was wrong.
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Hmm. Okay. It tastes disgusting.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking, but I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable, and I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
It sure doesn't sound good, but apparently it's good. You know, some food tastes disgusting, but people like them. The most famous example will be durian. Like, I don't understand how white people can be so disgusted by durian. It's so good.
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Oh, who needs honesty when they can have majesty? Our companions deserve only the very best.
Yep, good food makes you choke.
With the skies as they are.
What's this?
Sid! Look what the curse breakers brought back from Dalmekia.
Oh.
Said they were all the rage in Dalamil. Looks sort of funny
Wow,
if you
look.
ask me.
I'll be damned.
Have you had one before?
What? I helped created this.
What are we having?
Barms. And they are good. You should try one.
Barms. Wait, this wasn't on the...
Eh? The bloody great hole in it. Who ate the rest?
It's supposed to be hollow, silly.
Supposed to be hollow.
Ever seen Drake's Fang?
Aduh. I don't know, but that line reminds me of the local pow that we have. Like when you take a chunk of bite into it, and the inside is just a small piece of meat, like minced meat, but there's very little inside. Yeah, that scene wasn't on, like, it doesn't have any indicator. He just randomly talked to the kid and then it plays out. So I guess that's just a little payoff for doing the side quest earlier.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks stained red.
That's nice though. Just a little acknowledgement that you actually did something.
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
Man, this kid is the happiest kid in this whole game. He's just playing with the eagle from the start of the game until the end.
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle. Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath.
Amateur
Down
teacher. Did
came
his
the
title
eagle.
change? I don't remember. I feel like it wasn't amateur teacher last time. Like wannabe or something.
What am I gonna do?
What's wrong? What are we gonna do? Let me ask you about the sky. I reckon the skies are enough to give anyone to call you wobbles. Well, I'm not gonna sit around hanging my head and twiddling my thumbs. Did enough of that back in Inside while you were busy fighting that horrible dragon. And then that even horribler one.
But no more.
From now on, I'm gonna do what you lot do. And properly pull my fingers out. No matter how much my knees are knocking. Can't have Nan and Black Dawn thinking I'm a great big wet blanket now, can I? So don't you worry about me. You just stick to what you do best. Saving the world. What about an eye for an eye?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Discomposed, he said.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of a lashing.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Yes.
Nan sometimes sells swords and that, but never to anyone who's not a friend of ours. That's how it's been for as long as I've known her.
Yep.
Don't think it's true what people are saying, do you?
No. People just say whatever they want.
Lady Karen, how's business?
You couldn't sound any more on this.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Lol, Clive.
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at?
See?
Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Lol, that last part.
Yeah. And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallymil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Seriously, Clive. So a few nights back, we just did a side quest. And we found out that Karen was one of our big sponsors. And now we're doing a side quest that has Clive doubting her. Like all of that part of the previous side quest is just forgotten, not existent.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
But yeah, the mumbling
that
is
the
very
rumors were
convincing.
unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth.
Yes, you sure were.
Along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But
It's
people
not.
do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
As we will.
I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Can't say I didn't see this coming.
I'll find out who's been making up lies about poor Nan, and when I do, I don't know what I'll do, but it won't be pretty.
Of course, we're going to Dalimil. Come on, boy. Why is it so hard to pet?
Dalimil's saved.
Welcome.
Ask about Lubor's role in Dalimil.
My comrades and I
have been keeping a watchful eye on the dark clouds in whose shadow we find ourselves and the vultures that trail in the wake. Though we may have weathered the last assault, I fear we may not be so lucky should the bandits choose to attack again. If they do, those of us who can fight must be ready, so that those of us who cannot, the children, the elderly, stand at least some chance of weathering the storm. Victor has been a great help. He has lent his strength and knowledge to the town guard and has been aiding them in organizing our defenses.
And defend Dalimil we shall.
The only outlaw who will be setting foot in this town is my good friend Sid. Ask about the guard and guild. They are the cornerstones upon which Dalimil will be rebuilt, and though the rebuilding has only just begun, they are already proving more than sturdy.
I always knew
that Natalie and Conrad had it in them to drag us out the muck. They had only to stop flinging it at one another and start working together. Victor, too, is doing his part. He has been training Conrad's men in the art of the blade. They will soon be the rival of any troops in the Republic.
Meanwhile,
Natalie and her league of merchants are collecting donations from the town people, that we might see our stores filled. Mere moons ago, suggesting that the merchants of Dalimil might ever band together for the sake of anything other than profit would have had you laugh out of town.
Proof, if any more were needed,
that Dalimil is much changed and entirely for the better. Do not fear for us. Clive will be all right. Ask about Dalmatia. Drake's fang has fallen, the skies boil, and the power of magic continues to wane. The lack of ether has driven countless thousands from their homes, while those in whose lands it remains plentiful fortify their borders, determined to keep it blazing for themselves. Not that all who flee are deserving of sympathy. The bandits who attack us may have been driven by desperation, but their brutality was inexcusable. It is a question of methods. They had come to us begging bowls instead of blades. We would have gladly spared them what we could. You would,
but something tells me
those brutes would rather starve than accept charity willingly offered.
You're always welcome here.
So the dialogues here are also updated.
Dalimil's saved, and with our steel.
Those bandits were on the receiving end.
I guess probably the short cutscene with Joshua is what triggered the change.
It has long been my habit to keep a watchful eye on the comings and goings around Dalimil. I shall continue to do so, that our people might be warned of any further attacks. I pray that you continue to play your part too, not of outlaw, but of hero to the hopeless.
I need a hero.
You fought very bravely.
We would have been lost.
Fascinating. But how is it you know so much of fighting bandits?
That's by the by. But I'd be happy to teach the town guard all I know.
Well, they are skeptical of him.
The safety of the town is in our hands now. We mustn't let Dalimil down.
Man, that song is stuck in my head after watching that video. Why does it fit so well? That's like, oh man. It's almost better than the original. If not, probably is. I can't decide. It's like both are very good.
We may have driven the bandits back once, but what's left of them are still out there nursing their wounds.
I think there's more
and
edits
their
of them.
grudges. So our watch continues.
Like the fight with Benedicta where they put in the songs from Metal Gear Rising. I think you can look it up as well. It sounds very good with the
Lubo
Metal
did
Gear
well
Rising
to
music.
bring Conrad and Natalie together. It's like herding curls with them.
Oh no. Seems it isn't just metal the boy can bend to his will.
They also edited the Titan fight, also with Metal Gear Rising music. Because Metal Gear Rising is like also a platinum game. And the fighting is so awesome.
Shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Unfortunately, I did not finish that. I played it on the PS3 back then.
Some of those blackguards were once men of the rock. I recognize their faces. How the mighty have fallen.
And the reason I got excited for it was watching Angry Joe's review about it.
Maybe I know something more. What's it worth to you?
Alright.
I've got 100 gil and a chocobo feather.
Chocobo feather? A chocobo feather, alright. Speaking of chocobo feather, I remember that scene when we first encountered Ultima and then Joshua saved us while we were half conscious. And then Clive got that phoenix feather on his hand. That's like a phoenix down now that I think about it.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Rumors?